Today, I'm very excited. We're going to talk about how to lose 50 pounds and cure diabetes transformation journey 2024. Today, we're talking to Anthony Segovia about his weight loss journey, getting off insulin, and literally saving his feet. They're going to chop those things off.
Yeah.
So every goal, there's a right way and a wrong way. That's a bold statement. The right way is the least amount of time, the max amount of results, and the least injury. The wrong way is where you're wasting time, you have injury, bad results, and bad health. Let's vet the coach. Currently 224 at 9% body fat. My blood pressure is 115/75. Blood work done every 6 months. 5.1 A1C, 78 glucose. My coronary calcium CT scan, heart scan last week is clear. So you probably listened to the right guy. All right, introduction. Today we're going to talk about the topic of diabetes management and the importance of lifestyle changes. So a couple quick statistics. Crazy. 80% of this country is overweight or obese. Half those people are diabetic or pre-diabetic. There's millions undiagnosed. 4,000 people are going to die today from insulin resistance. That's cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. 4,000 a day. And here's the kicker. For the first time in history, we're going to outlive our children. We're killing them with processed foods. Big pharma, big food, killing the kids. That's not fair to them. It's time for us to make a difference. Okay, Anthony, today we're going to talk about diabetes complications. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
So as you know, I believe I started with you about, about maybe a year and a half ago, I want to say, about that.
Okay.
So, during that time, I feet were swollen. It was just miserable getting around. Socks weren't fitting anymore. I was approaching 286 pounds, I believe, I want to say.
Wow.
And I'm a short person, so when you're 5'4", that's a lot of weight. To be looking like a bowling ball.
That was a large guy.
Yeah. So, but no, I had diabetes. Obviously, I've had it for about probably, I want to say 4 years now, and I just really didn't take it serious enough because I thought, I'm young. I would go to the doctors, and besides, being diabetic and having high blood sugars, I didn't really have a problem with anything. I wasn't, I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't really have anything wrong with me. But, that changed about probably, I want to say, right when I started to lose weight. I started to get these, I had a callus on my foot, which ended up breaking open and turned into almost like an ulcer is what they call them. It didn't start out as a diabetic ulcer, but it turned into one just because of the high blood sugars. And they weren't even that high at the time because keep in mind, I was part of your program. I was keeping my blood sugars down, but it was just the healing process. When you're diabetic, regardless of your blood sugars, you tend to heal slower than others do.
Yeah, you have it all comes down to blood flow. It restricts blood flow, and blood flow is good for everything. And it keeps your skin young, and it keeps all good. And that's the reason that diabetics lose their feet is because of blood flow. So I want to talk real quick about what is diabetes. And so simply put, type 2 is usually onset. It's usually as your body has insulin resistance because you're eating processed foods and carbohydrates. Your body can't produce enough insulin because it's desensitized. And then the other type is type 1. That's usually genetic. And there's mixed reviews on this, whether or not it can be treated with diet. But I find type 1 diabetes can be treated by diet because when you have ultra low carb, you don't need insulin. So that's the basis of diabetes. Now, blood sugar is so important, but it's really keeping us off this whole insulin resistance. We want insulin to be sensitive, and we want to eat foods that moderate blood sugar, like fiber, portion size, carbohydrates. Now, are you starting to exercise at all right now, Anthony?
Right now, I still haven't exercised. Just because of the fact that I can't. Still haven't been cleared by. It's been a year now, a little over a year, and I still have not been cleared by a doctor to exercise because my wounds are just beginning to heal. As far as like closing up, so they're just closed up. It's fresh skin, so now I still can't exercise. So I'm having to just live my life,
Are you off insulin right now?
I'm still am. Yes, correct.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So,
and any other medications you're off now?
I'm off the metformin. I used to be on metformin. I've been off that for a long time because I heard it's terrible for you.
Drugs are terrible for you.
Yeah, I know. So and I was taking, losartan. I take that back. I still am on the losartan. Furosemide, which is Lasix. I was taking probably 80 milligrams of Lasix at one point, which is a lot. It just depends. I mean, I went from taking 80 milligrams of Lasix every day to taking it probably 20 milligrams a week. So it just depends. So that's a huge difference. So do you
feel better without the meds now?
I do.
Oh,
because
wonderful.
Just because I'm able to, it's weird because when you're taking meds like that, your body goes through like this. You feel like you're being pulled in so many directions. You like your insides, and it's like until you're actually, and I know it's kind of a crazy thing to say, but until you're actually on meds, so many of them, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Let me explain real quick. Your body has receptors, and the meds hit the receptors, but unfortunately, it has side effects. Now, designer drugs in the future won't have side effects. There won't be any. But when you take a medication, there's one benefit and two side effects. So it's like one step forward, two steps back. And we have to be very careful. Big pharma is not about helping people stop making money. Big food is not about helping people stop making money. It's all money. And your health is being hurt because of it. So our goal is let's get off meds, get off statins, get off meds. Let's be healthy through our lifestyle, not through forcing it through meds. Oh, if you like my content, I think you should subscribe, because the more subscribers, the better the content, and you get that. And I'd appreciate it. So, Anthony, let's talk about the complications of diabetes.
Oh man. Well, the one of them I'm going through right now, obviously, is the obvious is you get wounds. Your body, when you're diabetic, some people, now not everybody gets this, but probably about maybe 50 to 60% of people that are diabetic, they develop what's called neuropathy. And neuropathy is basically where your nerves, it's basically your nerves become damaged on your feet. So as you're walking along, you could be walking through glass and you're not going to feel it because you're losing all the sensation on the bottom of your feet. So if you get a cut or you stub your toe, or there's a number of things that can happen, you're going to go possibly days, weeks. Some people even go months.
Because you don't feel it, so because you don't know it's there.
You don't know it's there. You develop a small little cut or a blister, and then all of a sudden it spirals out of control. It's not healing. Then it starts to hurt because now it's gotten to your bones. So now you're feeling it, and you're like, oh, what's that? You can get literally shot in I can go shot in my foot right now, and I probably wouldn't feel it. But if you got shot in your foot, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be screaming,
exactly.
So it's different, and that's the problem. Is it's not the fact that you get a wound. It's going untreated, and that's why people lose their feet and their limbs and their toes, and is because they don't do anything about it.
What's your A1C these days?
Initially, when I know when we first started, it was, I believe, 13.2. I believe. Crazy.
That was a record.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You had the record.
Yeah. And now it's, I believe, last time it was 7.3.
Wonderful.
I believe.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it's.
So I want to touch real quick that how important is to know your numbers. Okay. If you're waiting on a doctor who's got 2,000 patients to know more about you than you do, you got it backwards. Health is your number one asset. Know your blood pressure, know your A1C, know your resting glucose, and I strongly urge every man out there to have a coronary calcium CT scan to see how clogged your arteries are, okay? Because most strokes are detectable based upon how much cholesterol buildup you have in your veins from insulin resistance, which irritates the veins. Okay, so inflammation. Now it's really interesting. I just did a video today and it was talking about how you can spot lose belly fat. And I was like, don't drink alcohol. Like inflammation is so important. When I used to drink and I had all that, I felt blown. Now I have no inflammation. My face, look, you know what I mean? I don't have inflammation. And you've had various bouts with it, obviously because of the Lasix. How is your inflammation these days?
It's gone down tremendously. It's not all the way gone, obviously, because I'm not able to I can't go to the gym. I can't get my body moving like a normal person can. But it's gone down, I want to say 60%, 70%.
Now, will you be able to do walks pretty soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to start going walking. I'm going to work out. I'm going to have to work. If I want to keep my health intact, I got to work out every day. I'm going to have to.
So, it's funny. On cardio, I've learned something new. I used to do cardio after working out. But when you work out, your body's catabolic, right? Yeah. So now I do walking at odd times. And it is, I swear, walking is one of the best things. One, you get it in the sunlight. It's good for your immune system. I mean, it's good for inflammation. It's all good. So get out there and start walking. I'd be remiss not to talk about the Keto Burrito and the Keto Bowl. The Keto Burrito has 30 grams of protein, 25 fibers, RDA is 20, and fiber is everything in the world for inflammation otherwise. And the Keto Bowl is 30 grams of protein and about 5 fibers. And they taste amazing. And I think, Anthony, you tried some. So tell us about what your experience on the Keto Burrito and the Keto Bowl.
So initially, I was doing the burritos. I transitioned to the bowls now, so now I'm doing the bowls. But I was doing sometimes 2, sometimes 3 burritos a day. Keep in mind, I do still have my cheat days. I do still have my 1 to 2 days a week where I just kind of, eat what I want, because I don't, like you said, it's a lifestyle change, and I can't look at it as a diet, because
correct.
If I look at it as a diet, I'm probably I'll go insane.
And that's good that you reward yourself, because we're segueing right into the next thing, is sticking to the, and it is a diet. Like right now I'm on a diet. I'm very high protein, very low fat, very, very low fat, and moderate carbs. And I used to say it's a lifestyle, but it really is a diet. So what diet are you on right now? Are you on high protein, low carbs, low fat? Where are you at?
Well, right now I'm doing the burritos. The burrito bowls. I'm just trying to take in as much protein as I can, because like I said, I'm not able to work out. I still do my carbs. I shouldn't, but I still, I have to have my cheat days, because like I said, then it gets,
But give me a normal day. A normal day, not a cheat day. What's a normal day? Give me breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay. So, for instance, let's start off with the snacks. So what I'll do, because I'm not a big breakfast person, I still find it really hard to eat breakfast.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't get hungry in the morning, but I don't know what it is. But lunch, I love my dried meats. I love like prosciutto and coppa, provolone cheese. So there's actually a place down the street. It's a sandwich shop, and I like to, what I'll do is I'll order like a sandwich, but I'll tell them to, instead of the bread, I'll do the like lettuce.
Oh, right there is a very good point. You can eat out with slight change there. A lettuce wrap instead of sourdough bread. Awesome. Good job.
Yeah, and I'll do like the coppa with all the other fixins, and I'll still be able to kind of have that aspect of, okay, when I eat that like 3 times a week, because I don't have that feeling of, okay, God, I have to diet, so that'll be like lunch. And then for dinner, I'll do like, if I'm, depending on, how much protein I have, I limit myself to like maybe 150 grams of protein a day, just because I'm not working out. So I kind of want to be in that mid-range. They say you can have as much protein as you want, but I don't know. I've heard so many things about.
I'll tell you right there, I eat copious amounts of protein, and you saw my blood work. You can eat as much as you want. I'm a walking test case.
Perfect. That's good to know then. But I'll do ground. I like ground beef, ground turkey. Okay. I don't try to make it too complicated, because then, like I said, it goes back to that. I got to get that diet out of my mind. So I still like to,
And I'm glad you do your reward days. Hey, what's something you can tell my subscribers, just kind of inspire them, or a point or a hack or something to kind of make that initial step when you were at 286, and what was the one thing that made you take movement, take action? What was that?
You know what it was? There comes a point, I think, when it's either going to be you're either going to learn the easy way or the hard way. And unfortunately, it was the hard way. I found myself going to the hospital. I had to get my feet wrapped all the time, and it doesn't affect just myself, but it affects my wife. I'm having to drag my wife to the hospital 2-3 times a week. just to get my feet wrapped.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're
so
not
it's
getting,
like,
you know, what's interesting with that, when you're doing all that, you're not getting good rest. And rest is so important, you know?
no,
Going
because
to
you're
hospital all
stressed
the
out.
time, it's stressed out, it's not fun, and your body makes cortisol, that's inflammation. Getting off
terrible.
that cycle,
Yeah, so you have to really, it's kind of like you're going to get pinned up against the wall, and it's either going to be, okay, am I either going to die a slow death, just this is what it's going to be, or you can change it, you know, I mean, or you can just
and choose a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Anthony, go ahead.
And it doesn't even really have to be this like drastic, you know, because it's not going to happen overnight, but you have to start somewhere. I mean, if you don't start somewhere, it's never going to happen.
I tell people,
You know?
walk once or twice a week and change one thing in their diet. Do that. Walk once or twice a week, change one thing in their diet, and see what happens. And be patient.
I had a friend of mine. He was guzzling Cokes every day, and he just stopped drinking. He just switched from Coca-Cola to Coke Zero, and he lost
that's a huge thing right there. And I get so many people say that Diet Coke's bad for you. No, it's not. The sweeteners are inert. Don't do anything. And it's 100% better than all that sugar, empty calories.
Oh, I down
drink
Coke
Diet
Zeros
Coke my
all the
whole
time.
life. Anyway, I want to say thank you, Anthony. We got to run here, but I really appreciate your time today, and I thank you so very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Anthony. You got anything else? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
I'll edit it and send it over to you. I appreciate your time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Bye-bye.